2013 was the beginning of the DCEU. That was the birth of Man of Steel. 3 years later, it gave us Batman v Superman, and later that year was Suicide Squad. But 2 of the 3 movies received critical backlash from its critics. Even though Man of Steel didn't get much criticism, it only got 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, and according to Rotten Tomatoes, anything less than 59% is deemed bad. What made the critics blast this film, and what made the critics blast the other movie, BVS? Overall, the idea that DCEU was trying to have their films dark, that was the main objective. After BVS, the studio turned to a man they didn't quite understand. Well, they understand him very well. So they assigned Geoff Johns as the president of the DCEU. Now, Geoff Johns will be the overseer for all the upcoming DCEU movies. And one thing he mentioned that he was going to change with the DCEU. He's going to make the DCEU fun and optimistic. Now, the key word of the DCEU is fun. I'll get back to that word a little later. We have 2 movies that's supposed to come out this year. One was Wonder Woman, and the second is Justice League. And people gave high expectations for BVS, and people gave out high expectations for Justice League. And since then, the original cut of the BVS didn't reach those expectations, and the critics was blasting this film. Why? Maybe because of this word, dark. Therefore, they went with Suicide Squad. They said Suicide Squad had too much humor. Revolving around Wonder Woman came out June 2nd, 2017. 2 weeks prior to the release date, the embargo was lifted and it received raving reviews from critics alike. This came to a big question that everyone has been saying. Now, did Wonder Woman really save the DCEU?
Well, we're waiting.
I'll get to that a little later. Now, let's go back to the key word, and that key word is fun. And what does that have to do with the DCEU? Well, let's go back and look at the other 3 movies that's prior. If you watch Man of Steel, can you really say you had fun with this film? BVS, can you really say you had fun with BVS? But for Wonder Woman, most of the people I have talked to said they had fun with this movie because of an added element, and that is humor. Wonder Woman was a fun character, and she was an optimistic character, filled with life and joy. This is the first movie that was released since Geoff Johns became president. Now, Wonder Woman has a bit of humor and dark elements. And thanks to the success of Wonder Woman, there is not as much pressure on Justice League than it was before. Wonder Woman still had the DCEU style, and they added humor that made sense and that wasn't forced. Now, the big question with the DCEU, did Wonder Woman save the DCEU?
Yes! 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 Yes!
I say no. Because the DCEU was never in danger in the first place. But the reason why we're asking this question is because of these rumors that came out prior saying the DCEU was in trouble. Ben Affleck dropped out for the director role of Batman. Billy Crudup dropped out of the role for The Flash, but clearly he did not even say that. It's just an interview he had for the Alien Covenant that went out of proportion.
Do you know when you're filming The Flash?
Oh, no, I don't. That's
so.
unclear at the moment. Yeah, I think Ezra's schedule. Ezra's a busy man. He's very popular and excellent.
There will be people who've been trying to tear the DCEU apart, but I think that DCEU is going in the right direction. So the moral to the story, Rotten Tomatoes.
Fuck you, Diane.
Thank you for watching. What are your thoughts on the DCEU? Give me all your thoughts, comment below, and stay tuned for more Batman-tastic reviews heading your way. Alright guys, thank you for watching. You have been warned. Till then, ciao.